Welcome to Business Book Daily, where we pull one useful idea from one business book and turn it into something you can actually use. Today's book is 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman. Burkeman is a British journalist and author known for writing about productivity, psychology, work, and the limits of modern self-improvement. Before we get into the book, today's episode is sponsored by CommissionOnly.com. Want to sell more without adding fixed sales salaries? Many companies hire commission-only reps, experienced sellers who get paid only when they produce. Post your opportunity on CommissionOnly.com and get in front of motivated reps who are already looking for performance-based roles. That's CommissionOnly.com. Now back to 4,000 weeks. The big idea is simple and slightly rude. You are not going to get everything done. Not because you're lazy, not because your inbox is poorly labeled, not because you haven't found the perfect productivity app with a soothing dashboard and suspiciously cheerful icons. You won't get everything done because life is finite. Burkeman points out that the average human life is roughly 4,000 weeks. That's not a lot of time, especially when modern work keeps generating more tasks, messages, meetings, opportunities, and requests than any person can handle. So the goal is not to master time completely. The goal is to choose what matters and accept that many things will remain unfinished. That sounds uncomfortable at first, but it can also be freeing. Most productivity advice promises that if you become faster, cleaner, more organized, and more efficient, you'll finally catch up. Burkeman argues that this promise is false. There will always be more work than time. A better system may help, but it won't remove the basic truth that your time and attention are limited. And that matters in business because leaders waste huge amounts of energy trying to do everything. They try to answer every message, attend every meeting, chase every opportunity, fix every problem, and keep every option alive. The smarter move is to decide what deserves attention, what can wait, what should be ignored, and what should never have been on the list in the first place. The first concept is that you cannot do everything. That may sound obvious, but many people run their work lives as if it is not true. They treat every task as if it only needs a better slot on the calendar. They keep adding commitments and hoping the future will somehow have more room. It won't. The most useful productivity move is accepting that some things will not get done. Once you stop pretending every task is equally possible, you can make better choices about which work deserves your time. The second concept is that efficiency can make the problem worse. When people become more efficient, they often fill the saved time with more work. A faster inbox can lead to more email. A cleaner task system can lead to more tasks. A better calendar can become a prettier cage. The goal is not to process life faster. The goal is to spend time more wisely. That difference matters. Efficiency asks, how can I get through this list faster? Effectiveness asks, why is this on the list at all? The third concept is choosing instead of drifting. If you do not choose your priorities, other people's demands will choose them for you. Meetings, messages, alerts, and small emergencies can quietly take over the day. Strong time management begins with deciding what matters before the noise arrives. This is especially important for leaders. A company that does not name its real priorities will still spend time and money. It will just spend them accidentally. The fourth concept is that attention is a limited asset. Time is not only hours on a calendar, it is also focus, energy, patience, and emotional capacity. You may technically have an open hour, but if your attention has been shredded by 10 meetings, 30 messages, and 3 half-finished problems, that hour may not be worth very much. Your best work needs mental room. If your attention is scattered all day, the calendar alone cannot save you. The fifth concept is that limits create better decisions. Limits force trade-offs. Trade-offs force clarity. When a leader admits that the team cannot do everything, the real conversation begins. Which customers matter most? Which projects deserve resources? Which commitments should be cut? Which opportunities look good but distract from the work that actually matters? That is not a failure of ambition. That is strategy. So how do you apply this? Start by naming the work that truly moves the business forward. This might be serving your best customers, improving a core product, fixing a major bottleneck, hiring the right person, or making one hard decision you've been avoiding. Next, look at what is stealing time without creating much value. Cut, delay, delegate, or simplify low-value meetings, unclear projects, constant check-ins, and work that exists only because nobody has questioned it. Then make trade-offs visible. Do not let the team pretend everything is a priority. If one project matters most, say what will move slower because of it. This builds trust and prevents hidden overload. Finally, protect attention like a real business resource. Create space for deeper work, fewer interruptions, and better recovery. A tired, distracted team can stay busy for months while making very little progress on the work that counts. Here are 3 insights worth sharing. First, the smartest people do not manage time by pretending they can do everything. They decide what deserves to remain unfinished. Second, efficiency is not the same as effectiveness. Moving faster only helps if you are moving toward work that actually matters. Third, strong strategy begins with accepting limits. A company that calls everything a priority has not made a strategy yet. 4,000 Weeks is worth reading if you feel buried by tasks, messages, and expectations, but want a calmer way to choose what matters. It's also useful if you lead a team and need a better way to talk about priorities, trade-offs, and limited capacity. You might skip it if you want a tactical checklist for managing email, calendars, or daily tasks. Today's closing sponsor is memoirghostwriting.com. Many of the best business books begin as ideas leaders have been refining for years, frameworks, philosophies, and lessons learned the hard way. Writing the book forces those ideas into clear form, and once they're on the page, they can travel far beyond a single conversation or presentation. At memoirghostwriting.com, we write memoirs and business books for entrepreneurs, founders, executives, and industry experts. We handle the interviews, structure, writing, editing, design, and publishing, so the final product is polished, professional, and built around your voice. If you've ever thought about what a business book could do for your authority, speaking, consulting, lead generation, or legacy, visit memoirghostwriting.com. That's it for today's Business Book Daily. One book, one useful idea, and one smarter way to build.